Hey guys, yep, 650, the KZ is back. My brother wanted me to do a walk around. He's down in North Carolina. He hasn't seen the bike yet, so I figured I'll do a walk around and bore you guys with the KZ. I know you guys aren't, a lot of you guys aren't interested in the KZ, but I'm sure there's some guys out there. And well, I know I did a review a couple of videos ago. You guys can check that out if you want to look at the review. But I just figured I'd go around the bike and tell you guys what we did with the bike. This is a 44-year-old bike, 1977 Kawasaki KZ650. And it didn't come anything like this. We'll just start with the back. It came with a chrome fender. This bracket here attached to it with the light, stuck at about to here. As you can see, I got rid of the fender, so you got that nice ducktail look. I extended the, I tucked the tail light underneath. And I kept one of the brackets, this big thing here, to support the license plate and also the tail light. As you can see, these lights, well, you guys might not know, they came these big chrome lights, round chrome ones. I just didn't really like them, and back in the day my brother changed them, not to ones these small, but I think this small, but I think this is a period correct. It's like the kind of rectangle look. I think they look really good. And so that's to get the that look in the back. I think it just looks really nice. We want to just shoot back over to the front. You can see I chopped the fender. If you look at the other video, or you know what a KZ looks like, it's a chrome fender that comes down to about here, and it has a bracket over here. It kind of looks funky. I chopped the rear fender, or the rear part of the fender, painted it black, and also got rid of the chrome on there's a big chrome bracket on each side that holds the turn signals and the light, the headlight. And I put these are just inexpensive ones you can find on Amazon, but I think they look the part. And we also added a fork support. It makes it handle a little better. You can see the company there. Nice unit. Also, I just replaced the headers again because they started peeling right coming out off the head there, and the company is really good to work with. It's a Delkevic header. The vendor sent us a new header with no problem, and a collector. They didn't even ask for the old one back. Great company to deal with. Also, as you can see, just sticks right out there, is the pod filters on the carburetors. They're K&N pod filters. Always suggest going with K&N because, all right, somebody's beeping the horn just to destroy my video. All right, so yeah, so they're $30 a piece. They're pricey, but they last. They don't fall apart. The carburetor's done by Wired George down in Texas. Excellent work. Put the carbs on, didn't have to do nothing. You got to get them tuned right for pods. You got to richen everything, and I just didn't want to deal with it, and they just needed a lot of work. So I decided not to do it. I worked on them a little bit, but I just couldn't get them right, so I sent them to the expert. Also, I polished up the covers as much as I could. They were pretty bad. And you can't do much with the engine because it's very porous. The gentleman that owned this bike back in the day must have dropped it, and that's why it sat for 30 years. And you can't see it now because the hand grips are changed, but that was all damaged. There's a little dent over here, a little patina in the bike, stuff that we're not going to do. The paint is absolutely gorgeous for a 44-year-old bike. I'll go on the other side, and maybe you can see the flake on this side. We'll see. We also did the mirrors. They're not, I don't know if you can say period correct, but I think they kind of look nice. Handlebars, they came with chrome bars, a little bit higher, a little farther back, full pull back. We like the more sportier look, and it just feels better. My brother put these on back in the day. I found them good set by Bitwell Tracker. I put them on my Speedmaster. I like these bars. I cleaned all this up, repainted a lot of stuff, redid the stem bearings. They're ball bearings, and they get flat, and they just give you like an indent feeling when you turn to move the handlebars back and forth. So we put tapered bearings in. We did the forks, brakes. What we do with the brakes, we rebuilt the calipers. As you can see, all new brake lines, cables, everything that's rubber we replaced. Also did the same type of turn signal up front. Headlight is the factory one. I just upgraded a bulb. Not upgraded, it's just what everybody suggests. I think it's the 50-watt Sylvanias. As you can see, there's patina on here. They work great, but I could buy these brand new, but I just wanted to leave as much patina on we could. It's not a ground-up restoration. We replaced everything that needed to be replaced and kept everything we could keep. The engine ran perfectly. This has 17,000 miles on it. The engine didn't need anything. I didn't have to go over the valves or anything. All I did was replace the ignition wires, spark plugs, and coils, and she started right up. The kickstart works great. I put a new clutch in it. The whole clutch kit, plates, friction plates, and springs. Let's see what else. We went with a different shock. Now it's the factory shock. I've just painted them black, just to make the, because of the theme of the bike. We want some Chinese shocks. The dampening was okay, but the springs are way too stiff. I mean, if you're 400 pounds, the springs would have been perfect. But I'm 160. They just rode too stiff. So we may upgrade to the Hagens. I had to replace the rear master cylinder because I couldn't get the other one to start. Even though it looked great, it always leaked. I couldn't do anything with it. So I haven't replaced the brake line. I used, this is a new brake line, factory correct, but it's supposed to go underneath, but the way it attaches, you just couldn't do it. But it doesn't get in the way in anything. It's not any issue or anything like that. Also, we painted the wheels black. They come in a gray finish with a kind of a machined end on here. And we painted them all black. I might machine the end just to give it a little pop so you rakes it up from the tire. That's a future thing to do. Also, we replaced the front master cylinder because it was all corroded. There's nothing I could do with that. But this is nice aluminum. It's nice. It works great. I rebuilt the controls here. This was all sticking. This is your on and off. All this stuff. But it all works now. As you can see, it's not, painted like the other side. The other side was in great shape. It didn't need any rebuilding. This side, for some reason, took a lot of the beating. I was already chipped already, but, it gets patina working on it, so you're just always chipping stuff. Everything works great. There's nothing that doesn't work on the bike. And I'm going to start the bike up in a bit, and you guys can hear it. But it looks great. The bike came out just super. Let's see, the sun's popping out, so maybe we can get a nice, you can just see it's just got this nice metallic, let's look at this paint. You can see it's just got this nice metallic finish. It's, like I said, it's got some patina, it's got a little dent in here, but it's just super. Paint for 44 years old is unbelievable. We painted the chain guard black. It was chrome. It comes with a center stand, but with, as you can see, there's a bracket here for the exhaust, and the center stand kind of sticks out. It looks kind of hokey, so I only use it when I need it. We did the covers on this side. Like I said, all the cables, we painted the forks black. Added, I already showed you that, so I just think the bike came out super. Okay, let's look at the seat real quick. This is a seats from Vietnam, and it's made really well. It wasn't cheap, so you're paying what you get what you pay for. But what's nice about this seat over the other seats that just, kind of you have to figure out to bolt them on yourself. This one works with all the factory hardware. Have the seat pan and everything works great. As you can see, this is registration. The the manual for the bike, and it's very, very, very good. It even has a complete wire diagramming in these manuals, and the factory seat has a little case in here to put the manual in. That's the only thing they didn't do. As you can see, I put a filter because this petcock's been changed. The filter comes with the petcock from the factory. It's inside the tank, but the aftermarket petcocks don't. But the aftermarket petcocks don't leak. The factory ones do with the diaphragm. And this one doesn't have it, and so you have to put an aftermarket filter. Not a big deal, but I just love the way that seat closes. It's got the, I don't know if I showed you that. Let's go back. Let's see if I can go back in here. It's got the hooks for the helmets. You don't see that on new bikes today. You just don't see them. That's very cool. So, all right, that's it, folks. I'm going to start it up, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, this is also like a Triumph. You have to pull the clutch in to start it, so may lose some camera. You'll see it's in neutral. Starts right up. When you put the fuel back on, because I don't like to let it sit with the fuel on. So there's the Delkevic exhaust. Idling. Guys, it sounds really good. just so smooth. It's a great bike to ride. I mean, you're not giving anything up when you ride this bike. It's just really cool. Let's shut this thing off. And all right, guys, that's the walk around. I promise you guys I won't bore you. I won't bore you with this bike anymore. If I do go for a crazy ride with friends or something, I might have a video on it. But the next time you'll probably see it is when it's in North Carolina. I'm in the process of leaving New Jersey and getting down to North Carolina, and the bike will be down there. I'll drop it at my brother's house. I know he's dying to ride it. And that's it, guys. 1977 KZ650. A Kawasaki ahead of its time. It was the bike to get in 1977, and it's the first bike I learned how to ride on. It's really cool. All right, guys, I'm out of here.